Hello and welcome. It's halftime live at Stamford Bridge. It's currently Chelsea 1, West Ham United 1. Frustrating for West Ham fans as Cesc Fabregas bends on a stunning free kick just before half-time. However, Tom, what did you make of the first 45 in general?
Yeah, it was good. It was very end to end. There's a few chances for us. There's a few chances for them. For the neutral, I guess it was a good Alpha football to watch.
Do you agree with that, Charlie? Are you a frustrated West Ham fan right now, or are you relatively a happy hammer?
I'm frustrated that Reed gave a free kick away in such decent territory right at the end, but by and large, I'm pretty decent with how he played. It's very reminiscent of our early performances against big teams, so I like it.
Well, West Ham turned up to a club that spent millions on players, and they looked like they'd spent millions on players. Champagne football, you could describe it as the first 45 for the away side. Tom, what do you make of the Lanzini goal? Oh, out the top drawer, wasn't it?
Brilliant. I think Payet and Lanzini are two of our best finishers from distance, it seems. I mean, what a wonderful goal. And I honestly thought it hit the top right-hand corner, but he's actually got it up and over Courtois. I mean, it's great technical ability to do that, and a wonderful, wonderful goal.
Charlie, has Lanzini defied physics there? Enner Valencia does it with his free kicks. We've seen at Bournemouth that free kick that Valencia does defy physics. Lanzini's kind of done it from a standing position almost, hasn't he?
Yeah, it was similar to I think was it Everton he scored the goal against at Upton Park earlier this season, where he bends it perfectly up and round the keeper and over him as well. He's clearly incredibly good at it because he's done it twice now. But yeah, I completely agree. Him and Payet are just a class above technically what other players can do in our squad from those sort of positions, and it shows that when we go forward with both of them in the team, defenders don't know who to pick up because they're both equally capable of doing something ridiculously special from that sort of range.
Tom, picking up on Lanzini there, is that what West Ham were missing when he was out? Do you think he's the key to West Ham going on to win this game?
Well, both Payet and Lanzini. I mean, it's scary to think that without those two, when they were both injured earlier on in the year, we could be talking about challenging for the title with both of Lanzini and Payet out. We haven't really seen too much of Dimitri yet. He's not really got into the game. It's been, I guess, normal of late, but he can find a way back in with the simplest of touches or the simplest of finishes or passes. So, I mean, yeah, if anyone's going to pull anything out the drawer, I would expect it to be Lanzini or Payet.
Well, halfway through the half, them two linked up beautifully with Lanzini with the most delicate little flick you'll see this season to put Aaron Creswell in and a vital touch by Ivanovic. Should he have done a little bit better with that chance, do you think, Charlie?
Possibly. I mean, possibly. It's difficult to pick up there, but I would probably, yeah. I mean, yeah, probably.
Well, Chelsea, I think, Tom, do you think Chelsea were looking dangerous all the way through the half, to be in fairness to them? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think they're dangerous, Chelsea. I don't think they're a different squad when they've not got Costa in there because obviously he offers that physical presence, and he's probably a bit of a better finisher than Remy. I also think that I honestly thought they'd come out with Bertrand Traore today because he's been playing very well actually for them the last couple of games. They have looked a threat, but there was no end product, and at least the goal, I guess, hasn't come from open play, which says a bit for our defence. But it's a cheap free kick to give away for Fabregas' goal.
Do you agree with that, Charlie? Do you think Chelsea have looked dangerous? I think West Ham looked a bit nervous in defence. I don't know if it's because we've got Antonio right back or what, but I seem to think there's a little bit of panic in our area at times, and then Lanzini and Payet are trying to chill it down a wee bit. Payet a little bit too much with his back pass to Adrian, one of the most heart-stopping moments I've seen in a while. But do you think the West Ham defence is a bit nervous, Charlie?
I think we always look a tad nervous when Antonio is playing as a normal right back as opposed to a wing back. We've left Reed and we've basically left our centre backs and Cresswell to do a lot of defensive work because Antonio isn't the greatest at defence. He tracks back brilliantly, and for a winger, you're like, geez, that is decent defending, but he's clearly not a natural right back. Having said that, I think Kouyaté is going to be important dropping back, and we've looked nervous at times because Chelsea do have a plethora of players who, again, are capable of damaging people from any sort of range, a lot like we are. But considering the circumstances, they've actually done pretty well for me.
Well, let's talk about some of the key matchups on the park so far that might be key in the next 45 minutes. Tom, Kennedy, I think, has looked very, very bright on the left wing for Chelsea. I think he gave Antonio a hard time in the first half, if that makes sense. I think Antonio's got the better of him so far. He's kind of learned what to do a little bit more. Do you think that could be key in the second half for Chelsea? Do you think Kennedy's impressing you?
Yeah, he's not bad. I thought he'd be in as a left back. Usually, he played the last few games. But obviously, whoever's playing back there, Azpilicueta, obviously he's over there now again. Yeah, I mean he's impressive. He's young, he's quick, he's good with his feet. They seem to be attacking that left hand side because of Antonio, but they've also got a good threat on Willian on the right hand side. So I think they've got enough talent to break us down. But Kennedy, no, he's been quite good for them this first half.
Charlie, they took John Terry back. He's back in centre defence for Chelsea. However, do you think Sakho's giving him a really hard time? Terry used to be the man in the air. No striker could get the better of John Terry unless you're really good in the air. But Sakho is really, really giving him a hard time in the first 45 minutes, do you think?
Yeah, I actually think Sakho's aerial ability is often sort of overshadowed, understandably, by Andy Carroll's. But he is actually surprisingly decent in the air, and he finds himself in very good positions. His positional sense up front is brilliant. And so when he attacks balls or when he battles in the air, he's actually really good at it. I think their defence overall is going to struggle just because we have so many attacking people. You know, you have Sakho, you have Payet, you have Lanzini, but then you also have Valencia sprinting directly at them. You have Antonio bombing down the wings. You have Aaron Cresswell bombing down the wings. Their defence has a lot to deal with. And if we can continue to cause pressure in that way, I can very, very easily see Sakho getting a headed goal or even actually just a normal goal as well.
Let's talk about the 2 yellow cards that could be key. First of all, Chelsea's right back Ivanovic picked up a booking, Tom, on Payet. Do West Ham need to target him in the second half and really see if he's willing to make that silly challenge?
Maybe, but he's a seasoned professional, so he, I guess, should know not to make that challenge. I think the left-hand side for us is always key. You know, Payet and Cresswell's overlaps. I mean, he may make a silly foul, yeah. I don't think necessarily that they target that, but I mean, you could have a go at him, yes, but I would expect him to have a go anyway because we're always, you know, that left-hand side for us is usually the side that works best. So, yeah.
Well, our centre-back, Winston Reid's on a yellow. He got a booking at Old Trafford last weekend. He's picked up a yellow card again. Charlie, what do you make of that tackle? Did he have to make that tackle on Oscar, which led to Chelsea's equaliser?
It was stupid. You don't make those sort of challenges in that sort of area when they've got 3 different people who can take free kicks from that area. I mean, it was stupid. It was dumb. I don't think he needed to necessarily make it. I get why he did, but I think it was rash, and it's not the sort of thing I usually see him do. But those last 2 games, like you said, the Old Trafford one as well, he's just seemed to have made this stupid decision. It was dumb.
Tom, should our number 1 keeper be doing better for that free kick? I thought he was perfectly positioned watching the replays. In the middle of his goal, I just think he sees it awfully late. The ball seems to be halfway in the net, halfway to the goal before he even moves. I think he just can't see it at all. And we discussed at the Old Trafford game, why do keepers give Payet that room? Now, Adrian hasn't necessarily gave him the room, but what I think Adrian's done is put his wall so he can't see the football until it's over the ball. And I've never understood again why keepers don't make sure there's a little gap in between a footballer's legs in the wall so you can see where the ball is. Do you think Adrian should be doing better, or am I just being overcritical on goalkeepers again, Tom?
Well, I don't think you are. I mean, I think that let's just compare the two, okay? When Payet takes a free kick at Man United the other week against De Gea, you know, he was quick almost to get off his line, but I don't think they anticipate the pace that the free kicks hit with. And I think as well as great bend and dip, Fabregas gets great pace on that ball, and I don't think that's what they don't anticipate. I don't think he anticipates the pace that ball's coming at and that it has enough time to dip under. I mean, like you said, he was perfectly positioned. The free kick earlier from Willian, he was very quick to get across his goal, but you know, for that one, I genuinely think, and I think for a lot of other keepers, they're deceived by the pace to get the ball up and down the wall. I think that is what the problem is there.
Well, Charlie, there's plenty of options on the bench. Bilic has got Emenike, Carroll, then defensively we've got Obiang Song, O'Brien, and Reece Oxford. Are you hoping to see any changes from Bilic, and are you confident of going on to win the game?
I am confident, yeah. I wouldn't make any changes yet. I think changing to 3 at the back is always an option, and then having wing backs, getting Antonio further forward. But I'm happy with how it's going so far. I think making any changes now would be a bit premature, but obviously 10 minutes into a game that could all change. But so far, I would keep it as it is.
Tom, any changes for you? Are you confident? Would you take a point, or would you be a bit disappointed after that first 35 if we only left with a point?
Do you know what? I would be disappointed, yeah, only because we've taken points at City, we've taken points at Liverpool, even at Everton the other week when we were down 2, we took points from Everton. There is no way this season that I can say we don't deserve to win a game if we've come back from a place where we been a couple of goals down or whatever. We've been performing brilliantly away from home, and I would genuinely be disappointed to go home. I think this season more than not with just a draw.
Well, I agree with Tom. I think after the first 45, I'd be disappointed we didn't leave with all 3. However, hopefully the goal by Chelsea will give West Ham a little reminder that they've got a lot to do to get over the finish line. However, West Ham do leave with all 3 points. They will be sitting 4th position, at least until Manchester City play Manchester United on Sunday. We'll be back later on with the match review when we go over the whole game and hopefully celebrating 3 points for West Ham. But that's been Charlie, that's been Tom, I've been Gio, we've been Hammers Chat. If you want to keep up with the latest news, go on to ClarendonHugh.info, and you want to chat with your fellow West Ham fans, it's hammerschat.boards.net for your 100% free forum. Thank you for watching Halftime Live as we discuss the first 45 from Stamford Bridge.